Sometimes hiring the wrong people in your company can be a nightmare. I'm gonna show you how I hire my employees in my company, and believe me, it is gonna work for everyone. My name is Pedro, I'm the owner of gymstallations.com, and I have a service company that delivers and installs gym equipment in commercial and residential places. We've been in business for over 8 years, and currently I manage a team of 7 people. So in my case, when I opened my business, I started with the first employee, which was a friend. Luckily, at that point, I was working for another business, so my business was offering a delivery and installation of IKEA furniture to another logistics business. The company, luckily, in the next few months started growing, or that's what I thought at that point, which was a mistake, spoiler alert. But then I started buying more trucks and hiring more employees, and the way I was able to get more people to work for me was hiring friends and family, and definitely I can tell you right away that it's a disaster. Everything started pretty good at the beginning, but of course, once they started seeing or they thought that I was making money, they kind of started getting a little lazy, and I'm not gonna say they really wanted a cut of the money. They didn't really understand that I was not really making money. It was the perception that they had. And unfortunately, in 2 different points, I almost went bankrupt. It was a very difficult time in the company. Paying my employees was super, super, super important. And I did something crazy, which I do not regret, but I don't think people should be doing this. But because paying my employees was so important to me, or in this case, paying my friends, sometimes they didn't have enough money for them to cash the checks. So at that point, I was so desperate that I started pulling money out of my credit cards, placing that cash back into the business so that my employees will have enough money to pull in their accounts to, of course, pay for groceries, rent, to support their families. So it was crazy times at that moment. So after these 2 times, when I was about to go bankrupt, I kind of realized that I had to move away from my friends. The reason why I had them is because I trusted them. Probably that's the same reason why maybe you have friends working with you or even family. But then I realized after going bankrupt, but after I almost went bankrupt twice, I realized that I had to get started hiring pretty much strangers, just simply because that way I was going to be able to lead the company in a way I really thought it was the best way. Friendship gets in the way, and you are not going to be able to run the company the way you want. So the procedure of how I hire people started at that point. That's when I got experience doing interviews. I started placing posts on internet. Otherwise, nobody's going to call you, of course, especially if you're doing what I'm doing, which it is heavy lifting. As you know, delivery and installation of gym equipment, treadmills are massive, super heavy. So you don't want to scare people away. So the post has to be super important, but we'll go into details of what I do in my process. So now I'm going to be explaining to you the process on how I hire people in my company. There are 2 sections: the mandatory, that is non-negotiable, and there's another section that is that is not mandatory, but you have to pay attention and make sure you are selecting the right people. I have 5 non-negotiables that every single person going to be interviewing must have. And the first one is being fit. We deliver and install gym equipment like treadmills. Everything is over 300 pounds. And sometimes, especially in residential customers want their treadmills either on the basement or upstairs. This is a teamwork. Nobody goes out by themselves. And we got to make sure every single person is strong enough to hold this equipment, especially when you go up the stairs. So it is a safety requirement. The second non-negotiable is driver's license. Driving these big vehicles all the time, but we're just going to do a quick test drive and make sure you are skilled enough to move around the city. Number 3, and this one's going to be a short one, we expect you're going to have work permit, permanent residency, or citizenship. I don't think that I have to explain more than that. The 4th non-negotiable is a phone with data. Of course, you're going to be using it for GPS location. We're moving from one customer to another customer. And also, you want to be able to open the app. We have a CRM app where you're going to be able to see the jobs that were assigned to you. And of course, that runs through internet, so it is a must-have. And number 5, and very important as well, having a clean criminal record. In my service business, the guys are always going to be going to customers' homes. So it is pretty important to us making sure they don't have any criminal record. And now we're gonna go to the second section where what I call the non-mandatory. And this is where most business owners actually mess up because they only do the interviews and they make sure the mandatories are met. But believe me, you wanna make sure the mindset of the person is also the right one. So the first point we're gonna talk about is age. The right spot where, or the right ages where we usually hire people are even younger than me. I'm already 34. And usually the pool that we like to hire, as I mentioned before, this is not mandatory, but we usually like to hire people from 25 years old all the way to 32. But I mean, this is a business. If you want to run the numbers, will you take a chance hiring someone that is probably going to last a short time? Or will you go with a pool of people that are definitely going to stay, I don't know, probably years? I have guys that have been working with me for 7 years. And when I hired them, they were exactly between that pool of age that I'm looking for. The second point is how determined they are to work with this company. So for example, usually an example that I try to give to this person that I'm interviewing, I pretend to that they are gonna have a very long week. So for example, they are gonna be working 10 hours every day, Monday to Friday, for a whole week. Even I'm gonna, sometimes I even tell them it's gonna be 12 hours. Of course, they're gonna get compensated for the right amount, with the right amount of money for the time worked. But if I see that the person that I'm interviewing kind of has like a face that is, I mean, maybe this is not gonna be the right fit, believe me, it is not the right fit for you. Please stay away from that person. You want someone that is committed to the job and the goals that we have in the business. And sometimes, especially in small businesses, we gotta take the extra step. The third point, you wanna make sure you understand if the person you're interviewing is money motivated or if it is stability motivated. So with money motivated, the reason why this one's important, it happens that if they're not money motivated, they're gonna call you sick, they're gonna let you down, especially in my business, I don't have a big team. Every single person is a pillar in the business, it's super important. So you wanna make sure these people are not letting you down. So when they are money motivated, believe me, they are gonna show up every day. Now, when I say stability motivated, what it means, they wanna make sure they have a stable job, that you're gonna be able to provide them with work every single day, constantly. You're not gonna call them until they got the day off very often. So as long as they see that you have constant work, then that guy is gonna stay with you forever, pretty much. So those two are very important. If you don't have any of those, you feel he's not motivated with money or he's not, stability is not an issue for him, you want to stay away from that guy as well. So on the fourth point that I wanted to mention is being humble and willing to learn. Of course, we're all learning in this business. I'm learning myself. But what I'm expecting when I'm doing an interview, I don't want someone that already knows everything, you know? I'm hoping that the guy is going to be able to comply and is going to be able to adapt to the way we work over here. We're hoping that someone can adapt to the way we do things here. So that is a good point. And the fifth point is reliability. Now, this one, of course, you're going to notice when you set the interview time, if the person's showing up on time. Of course, it happens sometimes that, there's going to be traffic on the way. Usually I do my interviews after work, so after 5 p.m. And if this person wasn't stuck in traffic or something like that, as long as they had time to text me ahead of time and they had the decency to let me know they were behind, that is still acceptable. But you want some sort of communication or at least be on time. And well, those are the criteria that I always follow to hire someone. You got to remember that that's what works for my business. Of course, you got to figure out what works for your business, but super important you have the mandatory and non-mandatory criteria and of course implement it. Now the question, where to find the candidates? Now, I do not overcomplicate the processing on how I hire people in my company. Unfortunately, Indeed or ZipRecruiter didn't work. The reason why is because, when I place a post in one of those platforms, I probably got over 100 applications. And once I went through the resume and I called the applicants, what I noticed is that some of them didn't even know who I was. They didn't even know that they applied for my business, and that just simply added a ton of complication. When I wanted to set up the interviews, almost no one showed up. So that is a pretty big no about the Indeed and ZipRecruiter in my case. The second option that I do use is Craigslist and Facebook. Just a simple post, not a ton of words. Don't make it too complicated. And you are going to be attracting the right amount of people. They're going to reply to you to the post. You're going to be able to set up the appointments a lot better. People are going to show up to the interviews. So that is what is working for me. And how do you know if you actually hired the right candidate? Well, then you're going to see this person is going to show up on time, is going to be responsible, is going to be a team player, is going to take care of the tools and the trucks and everything that belongs to the company. And of course, when things get tough, they will not disappear. So let's pretend that you hired a good candidate. How do you keep them for the long haul? So first of all, the way how to like to be the leader in my team, first of all, you have to understand there's not really like a hierarchy and they have to respect you because they fear you. If they're scared of working with you, they're just simply going to go away. If they don't feel appreciated, if they feel you are disrespectful, believe me, no one's going to stay with you. So I'm not pretending you have to be their friends. I'm not pretending you have to be like a family for them, but just a little bit of respect and good communication is going to take you far. The second thing that I do in appreciation to my guys, you want to make them feel like you listen to them. That is super important to keeping guys in the long haul. So, and to summarize everything that we talked about, remember that the first point was the criteria. You have to make sure you have the mandatory and non-mandatory criteria you got to follow for your hiring. Second thing that is very important is the platform. The third one, very important, is how to know if the candidate you hired is actually a good employee or if it is a bad employee. And lastly, how you keep your employees for the long haul. So, and believe it, 80% of the success that I have in my company, I truly think it is because I hired the right people in my company. So if you follow the step-by-step that I just gave you on the process on how to hire the right candidates, I'm pretty sure you are going to be on the way of a very successful business as well. And if you guys have any questions about business, please leave it in the comments below. Do not forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.